gorgeous. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous. No one else can make me feel.
Yeetity, yeetity. Y'all come right with me, right with me. Welcome to Mama Shay's world. Okay, y'all, listen. Let me tell you a question. So that last video, I tried it and it just didn't work, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all a question. No matter how old your kids get, no matter how much they don't listen, no matter what, they're your kids, right? And Mama Shay talk a lot of talk. Sometimes I'll be like, well, she said such and such. Some of it may sound a little contradicting, but I try to be as real as possible, right? But there's something about when your kid's sick, you do what you gotta do, right? So originally I was supposed to go up here. It was gonna be a pop-up. Finish the kitchen. And I had planned to get my round table done at the same time. But y'all know the rain don't do Mama Shay right. No. Plus I was taking my grandkids because Skylar was going to be my co-host for this month's round table. Well, she is going to be. But I just didn't feel safe with putting them in the truck that I was uncertain about, right? Along with the rain. But I guess Binky been sick. I've been trying to act like she ain't sick. So I got to go lay eyes. And I might have to go lay hands. Not in a bad way. And I guess I can say maybe some parents will handle it differently. Like if she lived even further, maybe I would have caught a flight and maybe I would have just prayed about it, right? But because she's so close, but not really close. Because I used to love taking this drive. Now I just be like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. Unless I have my co-host and her assistants. And they can watch their movies. We be chilling. I can turn their movies go off. We turn on music. We dance. Conversate. All of that, right? But it's just something about this drive. It ain't fun no more. Then you add that on top of the rain, on top of the truck. I'm just like, ugh, no. But when I seen her face and seen how she was moving, and she barely can move. So let me go up there and see what's going on. What's going on. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out, then I'm gonna get back on the highway. Make it back home safely. And start my week. That's what I'm doing. In the event, I get some tea. Now, I seen the video that y'all kept telling me I need to watch. I didn't have time yesterday because I was fooling with that truck. I had my grandkids for a little while. And then I just had to chill, right? Because I am on a strict schedule. My new year is approaching. To some of y'all that ain't close. Oh yeah, I got the puff ball. My hair growing so much of it, my puffing ain't puffing unless I use the blow dryer. But when I just let it dry, it ain't puffing like I want it to puff. But anywho, there was a video y'all kept telling me I need to watch before the round table. And since the round table got pushed back a couple of days, because Mr. Tehran want to be, first he said, Mom, I'm coming. Then I was watching they live last night and he said he was on his way to Atlanta. Which one is you doing? But the show must go on, guys. It must go on. And this is why I keep stressing to y'all that I no longer wanted to plan the round tables. I just wanted them to just happen. Because planning them, y'all don't understand. They just be like, I don't know if they be thinking, they be scared they're going to get in trouble. Or they just, it could just be that they have lives, they have their own schedule. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be both. Who knows? Either way. Have y'all just ever sat back and reflected on the past, but at the end of that reflection, y'all be so critical? We are our worst enemies, right? We criticize ourselves the worst, and some people do it out loud and some people do it silently. We're harder on ourselves than anybody else could ever be. And that's what I had yesterday, was like a self-reflection day. Now, mind you, I don't know how many of you out there that are educated on epilepsy. It has something to do with the brain. And I used to be the one that remembers everything. But ever since I got diagnosed with epilepsy, it's hard. I was supposed to go through, they have a therapy, a memory therapy that you can do. Because it's like your life is a puzzle, right? And for so many, I'll say, not so many years, I'll say for 2 or 3 years, I was trying to put that puzzle together. Because I remember, you know how when people start doing a puzzle, and they start on the edge, and then they start working their way in, and then boom, the puzzle is complete. They work on the outline first. So my memory was like, I would have the outline on the right side. I couldn't get the outline to the left side, but then I will have the middle. So I was been trying to put these pieces all together because my memory is gone. And this is all about me and my life, right? So as the years go on and my memory gets stronger, you know, some people get the 5,000 piece puzzle, the little bitty pieces, and they start on it and they do some, and then they come back to it, and they start on it, then they do, you know what I'm saying? They come back and put a little bit more into it, walk away from it when they get a little frustrated. That's how my memory works. And so that's why it's always good, and I'm sure this is probably true for a lot of people. Because then when you start doing that and doing those memory exercises, the puzzle starts to look a little bit more clear. Because you buy the puzzle, on the box it show you what it's going to look like. You start putting it together, you're like, what? This is not, what? How was this? But then the more pieces you put, you're like, oh, okay, now I see it. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So, yesterday was one of those days for me. And I have those days often. Not as often as I should, but I put that down on my list because my new year is approaching. And like y'all make y'all New Year's resolutions around January and all of that, I do mine in August, around my birthday. So, I gotta go back to my bucket list. I did go back to my bucket list yesterday, and I seen how many things that I have checked off. Because I really got like 90 days or a little over 90 days before my birthday. So I'm like, this bucket list didn't do so well. Oh, let me go back to the memory thing. And so then what I've learned in the memory thing, y'all, was a lot of times I think we have two different types. Y'all know I done said this several times before in comparison to how I take care of business versus how Binky take care of business. But I also think that there are two different types of people in life when it comes to memory. Memory. Did I say memory? Memory. You have those people that can be 60 years old and sit and give you advice as well as tell you their life story all the way from back when it was 5, 6, 10 years old. I'm like, how you remember that? Because I don't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. Eat the D. But I found out the reasoning behind that for some people. Let me speak for myself. When certain sectors of your life cause you trauma or pain, you wipe it out of your memory until you overcome it. And then when you unconsciously overcome it, it pops back in your memory. And I'm thinking, okay, did this just happen now because I can deal with it now? And I couldn't deal with it then and I just want it gone? And sometimes those that are close to you will use that against you. Oh, you remember what you want to remember. Oh, you can't remember this? No, that's not the case. I can't. I don't. I wish I could, but maybe I wish I couldn't. And then years later, you'd be like, oh, so this is what she was talking about. Okay, now I remember. In my Betty Wright voice. You today. So during my reflection time, I was thinking, oh, that's what you was doing. You was wiping it out. And also what caused me to start my process yesterday, because I do it every now and again, not on any schedule or anything like that. But what caused me to start my process yesterday was I was going through my phone deleting old pictures. And my grandmother's obituary popped up. So then I started looking at dates, pictures, and remembering. Because one thing that I thought that was weird to me is the Bible says, honor thy mother, thy father, no matter what, right? No matter what. And I've always taught my kids that. Always enforced it. Always taught them that. Because your days will be numbered, bruh. And the kind of karma, or sis, and the kind of karma that God puts upon you for not doing so ain't gonna feel good. Ain't gonna look good, none of that. Anywho, so I always, when I was flicking through and I said, why do I remember, and my mother was my mother, she gave birth to me, but she did not raise me. How could I remember the day she left and the time, but I never really focused in on when my grandmother left? And I'm gonna tell you a question, let me tell y'all why. I love this lady so much and looked at her as a mother until I was old enough to realize you have a mother. This is your grandmother. Even though she raised you, you have a mother, and you must honor that lady. And it was so hurtful that she was gone, I didn't want to remember any of it. None of it. So I looked at the date, I said, oh, this is why this number is so important to me, because this is the day that she left. It also caused trauma because I was left to do the obituary. I mean, I was left to plan the funeral, the beneficiary, help one of my aunts. And I was forced to have her funeral on Net's birthday. Totally pissed. Not realizing, because not only was she like a mother figure to me, but she was not only a grandmother to Antoinette, but she was Net's great-grandmother, but she was more of a grandmother figure as well, right? Net was my oldest, is my oldest. She's my first child. So, y'all, wait a minute, let me tell you a question. Look how different the weather is. I left home, it's gloomy and raining. The closer I get to Binky House, the sun is out. Eat the D. And we live in the same state, just not the same city. That's funny to me. And I'm a weather, when I plan my trips, no matter whether local or not, I'm a plan to the T, and I look at the weather. And when I looked at the weather last night, when I said, okay, I got to get on this highway, as long as it ain't no thunder, lightning, I'm doing it to go see what's wrong with this lady, right? And then I looked at their weather. They don't have no rain in sight, none. Anyhow, either. So that had to be traumatizing, not only to me, but I guess you're in a state, and I was at a state and at an age to where I didn't even consider what it may do to my daughter. Birthdays are supposed to be exciting and fun. So now one of the memories of her birthdays is seeing her grandma, her Gigi, getting put into the ground. That sucks. It has to. So I wanted to ask her, but sometimes you have to be careful with opening old wounds with some people, because sometimes people are not where you are, and you have to accept that. I wanted to ask her, does that affect you in any type of way? So one day maybe I'll get a chance to ask her that. Y'all, I know when I get to these stores, when I get by their house, people will recognize me by my house. They're the ADHD, but won't speak. And then I get home and I have a DM. I seen you at such and such. No, just say hi. We can kick it. I'm not mean. I love to talk. Y'all, sometimes I think something wrong with me. I love to talk, but I can't stand being on the phone. I text you a paragraph, a book, before I answer the phone for you. Yeekity. I don't know why. Anyhow, y'all, this coffee was like a treat. I'm gonna use this as my treat day. I ain't had no coffee in a week. Instead of me just doing a boom to my body and stopping all of my bad habits at once, I'm doing them a little bit at a time. And my first thing was coffee. Wean myself off of coffee. I did the soda first. Now it's coffee, because both of those are caffeines, because that's my biggest drug of choice is caffeine. So now I don't stop and get soda before work like I did every single morning. Look at this sun. Y'all see that? Y'all see the difference? Crazy, ain't it? Life is crazy, ain't it? Why do I always that's where Binky get that from. Associating a song with certain phrases. Anyhow, back to this reflection. So while I was reflecting, I seen that, and then the day started popping in. I'm like, well, I never remember this, so I counted the years. Now, mind you, and this is why I say sometimes it's great to have open communication if you have a partner, or a strong relationship with your partner, or just remain single until you're healed. Because I realized then I never really grieved losing my grandmother. And this could also have a lot to do with me not really, up until a couple years ago, when Skylar was old enough to know what holidays were and tell her parents she wanted to go get me something. Wanted to do Mother's Day and Christmas, and none of these holidays were important. The only thing that was important was my birthday. And what's crazy is I put so much emphasis on my birthday all those years, and those were the worst birthdays I've ever had in my whole life. These last 4? Nope, not last year. But I'll say the 4 or 5 before that, put so much emphasis on my birthday, and then I had to start living in my truth. And when you reflect, that's what you'll find out. If you guys start this process, you're going to learn that reflecting will make you live in your truth. Not somebody else's, but your own. For real, for real. Your own time. It can't be forced upon you. Ain't nobody make you. Cause I used to feel bad. If somebody asked me, you remember when such and such happened? And I'm like, nope, I don't remember that. And then my brain would get to working. But then they still trying to drill it in me and give me clues and hints. And I'm like, I'm trying, but I can't remember it, whether it was good or bad. And then I realized the majority of the things were bad things. And I'm like, hell, who want to remember something bad? But it's good to remember the bad to help you overcome it so that it doesn't happen again. So that you realize, okay, this is how this made me feel. This sent me into a dark place. So I can't let it happen again. But if you just wipe it out, the same thing keeps happening over and over and over and over again. You can't do that to yourself. And so during my reflection, I said, you know what, Mama Shay, you got a damn pretty good life. You need to start being thankful and appreciative. But you got to stop letting the same things happen over and over and over again. Could be quick to say, I'm a queen, I know my worth. You don't know your worth if you're going to keep going through the same things over and over again. Because let me tell you a question. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is nothing but the definition of insanity. So when somebody, I used to get offended, somebody be like, that bitch crazy. And was. Because crazy is insanity, right? Was. Was is the key word. You just can't. So if y'all want to start that process, just go ahead and try it. Even for a little while. Reflect. Start reflecting. The more you reflect, the more you'll forgive. The more you reflect, the more you'll overcome. The more you reflect, the more you'll realize. And the more you reflect, the faster you can move forward. Why do this camera got my lips looking white and they not? One thing I like about these Invisalign, y'all, when I do drink coffee, that was one of my issues. Three things when it comes to my health, my overall health, is I never miss an appointment when it comes to my girl. I always go to the dentist, and just my overall health, my brain, right? Especially after the new diagnosis. But I used to struggle with wanting to get my teeth whitened too many times, too much, because now it's raining again. But it's not heavy rain. As long as it's not that thunder and lightning, I'm good. But I got it all mapped out. She probably still asleep. But I'm gonna get in here, get it done, and I looked at the weather, and when I get back on the highway, it's not supposed to be raining. If it's not raining up here all day, it's not supposed to be raining. Oh, what's that? See, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I wouldn't put my grandkids in this truck. Why my engine light just came on? Yes, it's time to go. It's time to go. This is going to be unreliable. Eat the deep. And this is why I do early morning and daytime trips too. Because it ain't nothing like, and I've never experienced it, but seeing Binky and them stranded on the side of the road in the dark with my grandkids, it was creepy for me to even go rescue them and pick them up. Of you, Lord. I'm going to make it here safely. I'm going to make it home safely. But this, y'all might see this vehicle a couple more times, and that's it. That's it. Won't get me. can do too. It helps you become more aware. Either did. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This is my ride with me on my way to do my pop-up. Y'all probably won't see this video before y'all see the live, so I was gonna say, and I'm going live up here while I'm here. But I mapped out the time to, because if it's not raining up here at all, I'm gonna get back on the highway when it ain't supposed to rain there, because it's like 3 hours to where it's just gonna be dry and cloudy. So if I start up here at a certain time and then make it home, then I ain't even got to worry about it. Although this has not been bad. It rained a little bit, stopped, the sun was out. Now it's just kind of like drizzling to the point to where the highway looks dry, but it's drizzling. My wipers are coming on and off. But the word of the month of May is going to be reflections. Y'all go ahead and try it. Reflect just a little bit. Just a little bit. I promise you it'll help. I promise you it will help. I got anything else to talk to y'all about? No, I'm gonna say that for my ride home. So my plan is to get up here, vlog a little bit, make sure she's okay first. And then one thing, you grown kids, let me tell y'all a question. I understand being rough and tough and being a go-getter and having goals and different things of that nature. But some things do require a little bit of medication or require you to sit down. That's one of the reasons why I used to get so offended with these comments. When people get to talking about certain things or they say certain things about Bianca, because if y'all know all the hard work this young lady put in to her craft, this is her craft. As a mother, I wish she would have got into her music, but I think I made a joke and asked her a while ago. I said, so I guess you're going to be a 30-year-old rapper, huh? Favorite rapper. Right? She was like, no, Mom. Because I think that's just on the back burner. And she'll never, I like Binky will have, if Binky would have stayed consistent with her music, I think she would have had like some type of contract deal by now. But she chose YouTube, and this is her craft. She chose to be a content creator, because I shouldn't just say YouTube, because she takes all of them, anything that she does, serious. Right? And that's a good thing. But when I used to see some of them comments, and then y'all wonder why I react and why I say certain things, and that's why when Tika was my assistant, I wanted her to make a channel behind the scenes, and then y'all would have been able to see the majority of it. But that didn't work. A lot of shit I tried to do as a manager just didn't work. And that's why I said never again. But I do have something in store for y'all. Just like they used to say down in the comments, ain't you too old? Take your old ass on. Ain't you too old? Y'all better Google the oldest YouTuber and look at them numbers. Age ain't nothing but a number, boo-boo. And I have a couple seasoned people that I know for a fact will do well on this platform. And they've been asking me. And I said, no, because I'm trying to pull back just a little bit. Just a smidget. Love y'all. Let me get back to my highway concert. I currently have and 4 minutes left. I got on the Demo Highway concert for a little while. Talked to y'all for 30 minutes. I got an hour and 34 minutes left. I thought that was a 0. 1 hour 34. So, I love y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell up there. Transformations are real. This ain't gonna look like this tomorrow. That's another reason why I gotta get home at a decent time so I can do my hair. Y'all, it feels good. I didn't learn how to do my own hair. Now I want to tell. Now that TikTok, that's right. I thought they stopped sending me wigs because TikTok gonna be closed, shut down. But maybe it's because they can't pay no more, or I don't know. But I was waiting for a brand new one so I can do it from scratch. Because I think I got it down. Shout out to those who have that hustle and charge to put on Clueless and all of that. I understand. Because it's hard out here for us. Us. Let me tell you a question before I go. Because that just triggered another thought in my head. It's hard out here for everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say you have. I don't care what your inheritance may be or whatever. Everybody out here is battling something in some type of way. And I'll say maybe 50% of the time it has something to do with finances, right? If you see somebody out here with a certain type of hustle, don't hate. You never know. That might be how they feed their kids, how they buy their medication, how they go on vacation, how they trick, no matter what. Stop. That ain't no flex. That's definitely no flex. I don't understand. That's just like, I ain't gonna say I can't give that example. I can, but I won't. That's another part of my reflection. I said I gotta stop using the word can't. Y'all, this vlog been long enough. It's 33 minutes. But that was just my last message. Reflection on you. It's a part of self-care. It's a part of self-love. It's a part of self-respect. Building your self-respect. Because, baby, you reflect enough times, you gonna stop dogging you. You gonna stop allowing yourself to be disrespected and dogged. You gonna stop allowing fuckers to make a fool out of you and use you. Some people ain't gonna like when that memory. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it. Okay, let me get back to my highway concert, y'all. I love y'all. Money, we got money, get that shit.